I remember it like it was yesterday. The ringing of the church bells among the screams of the nuns like some sick choir, sounding out as I walked in the room. The dance of death up on the wall reminding us of our own mortality. And below it, the young Baron Rothvogel. The hole in his head the size of my fist. And beside him, my dear friend, Brother Piero. A man who was as kind as Jesus himself, though he'd never admit to it, but with bones as brittle that they could be broken by a strong wind. And in his hand, a bloody knife. It looked like a cut-and-dry case. I think we should throw him up and lock away the key, and that's what the abbot thought also. But I knew better. Yes, this is the 16th century, all right. The age of enlightenment, they say. An age where an old, frail man can take out a fully grown adult who hunts on the regular? I don't think so. But there was truth. There was truth there. And I intended to find it out. Not for me, not for the Baron. For Brother Piero. He never deserved that fate that was coming to him. And I was going to ensure it never happened. My name is Andreas Mahler. Sometimes academic, sometimes writer, sometimes even a friend. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, everybody ready to get whiplash? Yep, so we're gonna toss you back in the 16th century. But it may be a new century, but the same old mystery. Who killed the Baron? I really think it was like... Oh god, what's his name? Fierro? Or am I just thinking of Wicked? I'll know we're gonna recognize him. Anyway, we're gonna get back to it. I think we're gonna try and finish this game tonight. So, without further ado... Ladies and gentlemen, Pentiment. I didn't even have my controller plugged in. Rookie move. Alright. I nearly started a new game, and if that was going to erase my save game, I probably would have screamed. This guy! Ferenc! I know it was you. Andreas, may I help you with anything? I could just say it. Actually, I may need to review my notes. 1 second. That's not it. Okay. Fair's desk had an imprint. I found magical tools. It appears probably Ferenc hid them here out of fear they might be discovered. The note he wrote must have been... A message for a fellow magician, dig them up at a later date. Oh yes, the bloodied kind of staff-like thing. They still want me to go in the library. I probably will at the end tonight. I'm gonna grill this guy. I found a strange note in your fireplace. It was written in an unusually fine hand. I found others around Tassing with the same hand that seemed to have appeared out of nowhere. What were you doing in my home? I called out your name and I thought I heard a scream inside. I feared you were being gruesomely murdered, so I let myself in. Well, next time, don't. Rather I let you be killed in cold blood, Prior Ferenc? You Gah! Any person of manners knows better than to go snooping around others' things. I have nothing to hide. Then why burn the note? What was left was difficult to read, but I could make out the red bird, Matins. It was a strange little thing I found on my desk after waking up from Matins. It meant nothing to me, so I put it in the fire. It wasn't there when you went to sleep? Not that I noticed. But again, Andreas, it was small, I could have easily overlooked it. Surely it's just loose scrap, but the hand was handsome, you're correct. Unlike anything penned by the brothers in the scriptorium, to be certain. How unsettling. Do you remember what the note said? No, only that I found the contents nonsensical and disturbing. The remaining legible part read, "The Red Bird." You don't know what that could be? A scrap from some bestiary? I couldn't say. My eyes watched the heavens, not the trees. Although we did not see many red birds at this altitude. Common robin, perhaps? Or a swallow? What the fuck was that? But that doesn't matter. I'm telling you it was nonsense. Now, one more thing. Who has access to your home? Everyone at this abbey. But what does it matter to you? It was just a scrap of paper. I found a similar note in the Baron's effects while Brother Florian was performing his initial examination. But the abbot ordered you to stay away from the abbey. Andreas, your cavalier attitude towards Father Gernot's commands. Don't you find the coincidence strange? No, we operate a scriptorium, Master Mailer, and house perhaps the largest library in Bavaria. We are awash in parchment scraps. They multiply like silverfish between the pages of our books. Are you satisfied now? I suppose that will have to do. Thank you. Excellent. Are we done here? I had a few more questions, if you don't mind. Fine. So Otto Zimmerman and I were digging up Brother Gerhard's grave. Oh? We found some interesting items. A knife, a plate, a rod, all engraved with zodiac symbols. How curious. Why did you hide them in Brother Gerhard's grave? I did no such thing. This has nothing to do with me. What are they, Prior Ferenc? How should I know? One of the brothers must be playing an especially ill-advised joke. Likely Brother Guy. He has no respect for anyone, deceased or otherwise. But is Brother Guy known to have an interest in the occult? Does this have anything to do with the disc you hid at your desk? The one you refused to talk to me about? This is preposterous. I will speak to the abbot about this harassment at once. What a wonderful idea. Let's go together. Andres, wait. Let's not be so hasty. You are correct. The knife, plate, and rod are mine. I hid them for fear of the Baron. He was pressuring me to perform a ritual, as you know. I believed it foolishly. I see now that if the objects could not be found, I could persuade him to give up his obsession with using them. He put you in a very difficult position. He did, but no harm came of it in the end, and now, well, I see. How to explain the blood on the rod? The what? On the silver rod. It's obvious you tried to clean it off, but it stained the engravings. It's my blood, that's all. The result of a benign ritual invoking the aid of angels. I see what you are implying, Master Mailer, and you cannot truly believe I killed the Baron. Can you? You have a compelling motive. He was threatening to report you to the Inquisition. I would never, never! I am a man of God! This is a matter for the Archdeacon to decide, as the Abbot has tried to impress upon you? What? Please go, Andreas. I cannot talk about this any longer. I will leave you in peace. Be well, Prior Ferenc. Be well, Master Mailer. Suppose you're clean for now. Yeah, I'm going to be doing quite a bit of walking around now. So I don't know what's making that, like, snapping noise. Oh. Talk to... Oh, what is this? Monstrance, chalice, paten, suborm, and purificator. Almost everything you need for mass other than the host. Probably where the funds of the abbey are stored. Sacristy is also the treasury. The armoires hold all the vestments Father Gernot and Brother Matthew used during mass. Why was it open? It's never been open before. Oops. You might be able to hear my dogs playing in the background. Hey, my man! God to give you health. Same. Same to you. Now, what's my next lead? Well, probably following... Yeah, probably following, the big dude. I can't remember his name, shit. To the journal! Lucky, yeah. See what Lucky has to say. What the fuck? Go down. Down and to the right. There. Can I actually not talk to them? Oh, here we go. Hi, Master Mailer. Would you care to share supper at my table? I would like to talk to you about my late husband. My Lady Rothvogel, I would be honored to break bread with you. Thank you. Please sit. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. I find myself rather out of place here without the comfort of the Baron. Thank you for agreeing to share a meal with me, Master Mailer. Of course, the honor is mine. I must admit, I'm surprised you wish to speak with me. Lorenz did not make friends easily. He was a strong-headed man, but with staunch beliefs he didn't shrink to share. Oh, or whatever. What is this? Frumenti? Cheese, quail. Let's get this quail out of the way. Oh, really? That's all you're gonna eat? When I was told he found some manner of friendship with an artist, well, I was curious. It comforts me to know he found fellowship here at this most unusual abbey. Not that there is much comfort to be found in these cold and dreary alpine towns. Lawrence and I meant to take a tour of them before returning home to Worms, but Well, return we shall. I'm sorry for your loss, my lady. His sorrow is just the first of many, I'm afraid. Are you married yourself, Master Mailer? A woman waits for me in Nuremberg. When I finish my work here, we will be wed. Do not look forward to the responsibilities of marriage, Master Mailer. Perhaps it's no surprise you and Lawrence became fast friends. I imagine he saw something of himself in you. Rarely have I met someone with such a depth of knowledge and a thirst for debate. His thirsts were not limited to his scholarly pursuits, regrettably. His lust for drink and women once afflicted him with great remorse, though such shame faded with time. Lawrence was a flawed man. His various infidelities were no secret to me. But are we not all flawed before Christ? Bread. I loved him as a wife should probably love her husband, but I would not say that we were friends. I only hope his appetites are not what led him to his end. I was searching for the answer to that quandary myself. Were you and Lawrence so close that you would trouble yourself so? I merely wish to see justice served, my lady. My mentor, Brother Piero, was found with the Baron's body, but I do not believe he killed your husband. If not him, then who? There are many possibilities, both here and at the Abbey and in town. Your husband managed to cultivate many enemies in his short time here. That does sound like Lawrence. He was a man of many opinions, and he gave them freely to all who would listen, and some who would not. The previous abbot, Father Matthias, seemed to appreciate that about him. This new abbot is perhaps more conservative. Father Matthias was an open-minded man, from all I've heard, a true scholar. Father Gernot does not share Matthias's passion for the written word, yet endures the expense of it. To be put in such a position would make any man unhappy. I understand. I wonder what he will make of Lawrence's gift to the Abbey. What gift was this? It seemed to be a little thing of more interest and value to my husband and the former abbot than Father Gernot. He found a book about the history of Tassing. He believed it contained some scandalous detail. Oh, right, that. He said it corroborated fears Father Matthias had expressed, but he didn't share the particulars with me. Was the appearance of the book peculiar or noteworthy in any way? It was neither large nor small, bound in blue leather. Unfortunately, I never examined it closely. My apologies. I'm so sorry I can't be of more help. I have some education, but I lack my husband's thirst for knowledge. If you find the book, hopefully its significance will be apparent. If God wills it. Do you plan to stay in Tassing long? Only so long as it takes the Archdeacon to investigate my husband's murder. Though the circumstances of my time here are dire, I'm in no hurry to return. Why is that, if I may ask? I shouldn't... I see a glimmer now of what Lawrence saw in you. You are a disarming man, Master Mailer, and much too easy to talk to. To be frank, I do not know what will become of me when I return to Worms. My title and residence may be in jeopardy. Lawrence and I have a son, but he is young yet, and I don't know many of the legalities, only that my position is at some risk. Would you like me to elucidate them for you? I studied imperial law at Erfurt. Ah, thank you. But no, I fear it will only heighten my unease. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I fear I must rest. Thank you for having me at your table. Or at our table. Be well, Master Mailer. Whatever anyone says of my husband, I'm certain he appreciated your friendship. It's time. Pet Virtchen. Virgin. Good boy. I've already broken every rule there is at this abbey. Being at the library, that's just one more. Oh shit, Matthew is the Abbey's secretary. If he sees me, he'll kick me out. I have to keep out of sight until he's passed. Good thing you can't see well. Yeah. Na. If I go up these stairs, it's gonna take a while to find the records I need. I'll lose some time tomorrow morning unless I turn back now. It is time. What's this? The Herbus Cambriae. On the herbs of Wales. The writer is Cadphalos of Salopian. I believe I've heard of him. Interesting. He writes about butcher's broom. The Greeks used it to aid with urination and defecation. The author claims that it can also help with the reduction of swelling. Seems to be speaking from experience. A wonderful hidden treasure for the Abbey. Where do I go? Okay. What do we have here? A bifolium from the Mysteria Astra. I've read a number of treatises on astronomy, but I've never heard of this one. It seems rudimentary, explaining the connection between astrological signs and the elements, and their basic relationship to alchemy. Each sign is governed by one of the 4 elements. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are the water signs. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo are earth signs, and so on. It cuts off there. The next page is about something else entirely. Sister Illuminata must be trying to reconstruct the larger text. We scribe and illustrate bifolia out of page order, so the shift of subject isn't surprising. It would make more sense once they were bound. Those 2 pages were interesting enough, I suppose, but quite basic. Wait, that's a connection between the astrological symbols on Ferric's cipher and the elemental symbols on the Volvel. This must be the text he referenced to create his cipher. Interesting. That would have been much simpler to solve if I'd seen this first. Son of a bitch. I was most curious. Oh, what the fuck? Historia de Labyrinthio Labrorum. Account of the Labyrinth of Books. Ooh, is this a puzzle? It appears to be a quite complicated and extraordinary tale. I'll have to see if I can borrow this book when I have some free time, if Illuminata allows it. This looks promising. The familiars of the Sisters of Kirsau Abbey. Yes. Mother Catherine was first to enter records, it looks like, almost 50 years ago. Sister Hildegard from the Goldrich family in Ravensburg, quite wealthy. It looks like she became the prioress after Mother Catherine. Sister Cecilia Adelheid? Oh, this is Mother Cecilia's record. Wait, she's from the Welser family? That's one of the most powerful families in Augsburg. Looks like our family donates a lot of money to Kirsau every year. More than my family's season 10. Sister Gertrude from Hoff, the herbalist, yes. Her father is an apothecary. That explains it. God, it's creepy that they keep such detailed records of their nuns. Matilda Oblate, yes, the nun Celeber. She came from Kempton. Celeber, appointed official in the monastery, responsible for maintaining food supplies and for maintaining the grounds. The rabbit killer. Merchant family, they donated pigments to use in the scriptorium. Quite thoughtful. What to thank them if I ever get the chance. This note says Sister Matilda left the abbey for several months. Why would she go on hermitage? Seems strange that that's the only entry with such a note. The date's 3 years ago. Which means it was around the time Baron Rothvogel visited. This has to be it. Matilda must be the nun the Baron harmed on his last visit. I should talk to Mother Cecilia again, and maybe Sister Matilda as well. Oh, this should be interesting. Sister Illuminata. Oh, the game hated that. Oh, my ears. Oh. God knows I'm on the trail. I must keep going. Named Angeline from the Capacci family in Perugia. Looks like they have some connection to Kirsau through an old abbot, Rudolph. Her family donates money to the abbey every year as well. Sophie from Burgitz. Whoops. Her family is poor, but they donated flour. Lisbeth Oblate, she's from Utrecht. No record of her. It looks like she had an eventful life before coming here. Married with a child. Both died. Her merchant family has some connection to Kirsau through the Kaufmanns of Rothenburg, Obdertaber. Sister Marguerite. Oh, the blind girl who assists Gertrude. She went blind because of failed surgery on her cataracts. Wealthy peasant family, they donated wool and pasture to Krimmel. Last one, Zdena. Sister Zdena. This should be good. They donate a fortune to the abbey. No wonder Mother Cecilia and the abbot lets her behave as she does. Anything else? I don't think so. I didn't find that book. Like, super important one. Oh, shit. Oh! What in the world? Oh. Shit. What am I going to do now? Pick them openly and... I'm just gonna wait. Okay, true. Get out before the sisters are out in the morning might be even worse. It'd be awful if Zdena finds me first. I mean, it'd be awful if Zdena finds me first. Friends. Difficult in the future. I'll talk to them. Oh, well. Hello, good evening. Oh, what? What are you doing here? Andreas, what is the meaning of this? Did you follow us in here? Should I say them? This is a delicate situation to be sure. I'm concerned if their trust is discovered, they became expelled from Kirsau, maybe worse. Yeah, I'll tell the truth. Didn't mean to alarm you. I came looking for clues about who killed the Baron. I know Brother Piero didn't do it. Someone else from the abbey or the town has to be responsible. You know Piero is a good man and a pious monk. I can't let him die. Oh, good. I can't believe Brother Piero could I'm sorry, it's just so shocking. I pray that God will deliver mercy to Piero and bring the true culprit to light. I'm glad you are doing what you can to help him. It's difficult for the rest of us to act, given the abbot's opinion. Andreas, what does skulking in the library help you prove Brother Piero's innocence? I'm not sure. Do you know why Sister Matilda was sent to a hermitage? I do recall a period where she was absent, yes? Called it. One day she was just gone. I don't know why. I don't normally concern myself with Mother Cecilia's Business? Business? Oh, business. Jesus Christ. I never spoke with her, but Voslaa told me she was sent away to a hermitage for her health. Rudiger! Why does Voslav know about Matilda's whereabouts? They are both cellars and have reason to go into town on behalf of the Abbey. Just as you have more contact with Sister Illuminata than I. Brother Voslav has more contact with Sister Matilda. In any event, I wish you good fortune with proving Brother Piero's innocence. I trust you will keep this all to yourself. So long as you do the same. Of course. I will not say anything to the others. We should go. Good night, Andreas. I know it probably was not uncommon, but yeah, I did not expect that. Was it a twist? I want to investigate Lucky before I investigate the nuns. What the fuck is this? Huh? Oh, it's his dream. Andreas, when are you coming home? Dad, I'll be home soon. I just need to finish I'm a little nervous about this girl. Sabine? Don't worry yourself over it. I barely knew your mother before we were married. Besides, you need a wife if you're going to start your workshop as a master. That's the law. Yes, of course. You're not going to quit this like you quit university, are you? No, of course not. Good. If it weren't for your work I did for the rector, you never would have had the opportunity. Most people never get a second chance after they throw something away like that. I know, Dad. I'll see you when you get back. Sure. Alright. Oh, it's you. I only have the picture of you, the one my brother Daniel made. I really don't have any idea what you're like. So, what are you like? Please don't imagine me telling you in your own mind. Why? You'll imagine I'm wonderful or imagine I'm horrible. Either way, it's not fair to me, is it? He imagined you? To none of us. Fair. I'll see you soon, Andreas. For real, I mean. I suppose that's true. Until then. Welcome back, Andreas. It has been too long since you have graced this court with your presence. Apologies, Your Majesty. My mind has been preoccupied by a tragedy at Kersau Abbey. What manner of tragedy? The murder of a nobleman, close friend of the Prince Bishop of Freising. My friend Brother Piero is the abbot's only suspect. I know that he could not have done it. How do you know? Imagine your assumptions. Examine your assumptions, my son. In addition to having no motive in violence and not being part of his character, he's not physically capable of the act. He is of limited strength and has a palsy in his hand that makes holding a paintbrush difficult. It's inconceivable to think that he would have the strength or resolve to kill the Baron with a blow to the head. A whole lot of inconceivable shit happens on this hell of an earth, Andreas. I just don't know how he could have would have done it. There has to be a better explanation. So what do you intend to do about it? When I'm brought before the Archdeacon, I'll tell him what I know about the other people who had motives to kill the Baron. I have to believe he'll see there as more likely suspects than Piero. Why have you taken this task upon yourself? I have to save Brother Piero's life. He has no one else to help him. Your love for and devotion to him speaks well of your character. A man who is humble before his elders honors also his gods.
Well, of course you'd say that, old man.
He is right, though. If Andreas doesn't help him, no one will. Exactly. I understand why the brothers and sisters cannot act against the abbot, but I must do something.
Why does that shit-for-brains abbot care about the death of a useless fart like Lorenz Rothvogel anyway?
Powerful people get upset when other powerful people are murdered. This could threaten the existence of the abbey.
Oh no, the abbey! Who gives a damn about those hypocritical assholes?
In any case, Andreas' ability to prevent Piero's death depends on the judgment of the Archdeacon. With wise or foolish, corrupt or just, the Archdeacon will be the first and possibly final arbiter of Piero's guilt. Andreas must win the Archdeacon to his side using the tools favored by men such as him. Authority? Despite your talent, you are merely an artist. He has been invested with power by the Prince Bishop of Freising. You have no authority with him. Reason?
When's the last time you met a man who truly ruled by reason?
Honesty? You must be honest in all things, Andreas, but many are not willing to accept the truth. And the cost of honesty can be high. Wisdom? Wisdom can be shared, but the audience may not comprehend it. If reason, wisdom, authority, honesty cannot triumph, what am I left with? Hope.
Lies.
Truth. Above all, faith and providence. Well, what do you plan to tell the Archdeacon, Andreas? There were other people in Kirsau and Tassing who had motives to kill the Baron. Prior Ferenc feared the Baron would report his occult interest to Inquisitors. How so? Prior Ferenc and the Baron shared fascination with the occult texts. The Baron was pressuring the Prior into performing a ritual for him while he was visiting Kirsau. When Ferenc refused, the Baron threatened to turn him to the Inquisition. How did you come by this knowledge? I found written evidence, a letter from Ferenc to the Baron in which he discusses all of these matters. It is a dangerous thing, a monk dabbling in the occult. His very soul could be in danger.
Forget the soul, he could have been defrocked, excommunicated, even killed, all for a little curiosity. Better to stay stupid and ignorant, that's what I say.
We're well aware. Is curiosity such an awful thing? No, but it was knowledge of the nature of good and evil that caused the fall of man. The seeds of some corrupting fruit may lie sleeping between the pages of many dangerous books. I also found a cipher that the Prior had left on his desk in the scriptorium. When I deciphered it, the message pointed me to a freshly disturbed grave in the cemetery. I convinced Otto Zimmerman to dig up the grave in question. What did you find inside? Occult tools that Ferenc had hidden. Why hide them, and why leave the note? I suspect he hid them in case the Baron made good on his threat to summon Inquisitors to Kirsau. And as for the note, I am not certain. Prior Ferenc feared Lotzen of his status, his life, and even God's grace. Men have killed for less. How might the Prior accomplish the deed? He may have killed the Baron with a silver rod. The Prior uses it in performing his rituals, and there are traces of blood on it. If that was the weapon, it has a certain dramatic propriety, at least. Oh. It will be challenged to condemn a Prior for murder. But that is where the evidence leads, and the Archdeacon should see the wisdom in it. Are there any others you suspect? I found no other suspects. You have brought a worthy mystery before this court, Andreas. I pray to God we have granted you the insight you need to face the coming challenge. Thank you, Your Majesty. I am prepared to meet the day. Before you go, Andreas, there is one more thing to consider. You'll be summoned to the Archdeacon to tell him what you know. But you need not tell him everything. What do you mean? She means
you should only tell him about the people you don't mind dying.
That That's one way of putting it. There is a place for a noble lie. This is not one of them. Why? The Baron is dead. All of the people with a motive to kill him suffered, either directly or indirectly, from his wickedness. Simply mentioning a name to the Archdeacon may endanger them, whether they had anything to do with the murder or not.
Right, no point throwing everyone waist deep into shit.
I protest any attempt at deception, but you must ultimately follow your own conscience, Andreas. Little time remains before you must stand before the Archdeacon. Use it wisely. I will do my best. Until we meet again, Andreas, God be with you. And also with you, Your Majesty. Ooh, baby. I do genuinely think it is him. I really think it's Prior Ferric.
I should find someone to eat with.
Andreas, there is a brother from the Abbey here to see you.
Which brother?
He did not tell me his name. The big man who does the shopping for the monks in town. He seems quite rattled. That doesn't bode well. Please speak to the brother. He's just outside.
Of course.
Andreas, Christ, there you are. Brother Voslav, what's the matter? It's the Archdeacon. He's come early and with an entire retinue in tow. He's questioning everyone who knew the Baron and Brother Piero. I've already told him the little I know. He expects to speak with you today at noonness. He requested you specifically. I went to the Gertners at Vespers to try to warn you, but you never showed up. Where were you all night?
Honestly, in the library. I was following a clue and the time got away from me.
What? Why? No, never mind. Just don't let the abbot find out and don't tell the Archdeacon. Anyway, he's questioning everyone in the chapter house and he's keenly interested in you.
Who is with him?
Several men-at-arms, a gaggle of functionaries, and an executioner. I hope your prying has borne fruit, or Piero's neck will meet the sword.
I've done my best with the time I've had. I've only had a couple more days.
Whatever happens, Piero knows you've been working hard on his behalf, and he's grateful for it. Only, Andreas... What is it? It's just... You know as well as I do the Baron was not a good man. I'm not saying he deserved what he got, just... You think hard about what you tell the Archdeacon and who you tell him about. You understand?
You don't need to worry. I found nothing that implicates you.
Smile encouragingly. It's not me I'm worried about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shout. You don't deserve that. All I'm saying is, if you're searching you heard anything about a certain sister, I'd ask you to keep it to yourself. I can't make any promises, I'm sorry. I wouldn't ask you to lie, Andreas. It wouldn't be Christian. Only consider who your words put at risk. Be well, Andreas. I will pray for Piero's deliverance tonight. You should as well.
Nod.
Na na na. Na na na. Na 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 na. It's probably like my last chance to talk to people. Oh, Andreas, if you don't have dinner plans, would you care to join us? Perhaps another time. Of course, be well, Andreas. I want to talk to people before I do it. Hello, Andreas. God bless you. Andreas, got dinner plans? Perhaps another time, Peter. Suit yourself. Aye, Andreas. Hello, Andreas.
Bless you, Andreas. Are you hungry? Have dinner with us. Perhaps another time, Gret, but thank you. Of course, Andreas. Take care. Hi.
Oh, I'll just talk to him. Oh, I guess I won't. Can I talk to my mans? God bless you. Okay, is everyone just gonna ask about dinner? Okay, I want to see if I can possibly follow Lucky. Or no, I want to go to the Abbey. Petschlau! I can't decide. From all the evidence of what Brother Vashla just told me, I really think it's the nun now. Hey, Father Thomas. All right. Yeah, I'm really leaning towards the nun. I just want to see if I can talk to them. Just talk to each other. Hmm? Gertrude, Tilda, Marguerite. Oh. I almost forgot. Cannot walk past any animal in this game without giving them a pet. I will talk to Mother Cecilia.
God bless you, Andreas.
God bless you, Mother Cecilia.
Is there something I can help you with?
I need to talk to you about Sister Matilda. I warned you not to go in the library. I should have known you wouldn't listen. What happened to Sister Matilda was tragic. What did happen to Sister Matilda? The records only say that she left the Abbey for some reason, for some time. I omitted the details from her written records for several reasons, none of them noble. Lawrence, the Baron, tried to seduce Sister Matilda. She rebuked him several times. So one morning he attacked her in the meadow on her way to town. He dragged her into the woods. Sister Matilda is a strong woman, but her resistance was met with violence. When pilgrims to the shrine found her, she had been beaten so badly she could barely move. I'm assuming the Baron didn't suffer any consequences for this attack. No, I knew he wouldn't. I also knew that bringing the attack to the attention of Father Matthias would put him in an impossible position. The Baron would suffer no consequences, but the abbot refuted his continued patronage. Okay. I concealed the assailant's identity from Father Abbot and had Sister Matilda taken to a hermitage near Mittenwald. She stayed there under the care of sisters until she recovered and could return. You really don't think the abbot would have taken action against the Baron? No. I'm positive that he would have. In doing so, he would have jeopardized the existence of this community. Try to understand how hard it is for my kind to believe that any man, especially a nobleman, can be held accountable. I'm not proud of what I did, Andreas, but what's done is done. How did Sister Matilda feel about seeing the Baron again at Kirsau? Andreas, if you want me to tell you that I think Sister Matilda killed the Baron, I won't. Seeing him was hard for her, of course. She defended her virtue from the Baron, but her injuries were severe. Her body recovered in time. Her mind, I don't know if it ever will. She still fights him, in her dreams. She wakes in the night screaming, soaked in her own sweat. So it affected her, yes. It still affects her. That doesn't mean she wanted to kill the Baron. certainly doesn't mean she actually did. Sister Matilda is a faithful servant and a friend of Christ. I believe that true, Andreas. She's respected and beloved by the community for good reason. I think Brother Vasiliev knew the Baron attacked her. He cautioned me against bringing her up against the Archdeacon. No, he didn't know. Perhaps it will come to light now that the Baron has been murdered, but she didn't tell him before. But their relationship is more than... Andreas! He didn't know. She's assured me she told no one else in all this time. No one. And if she chooses to tell anyone now, it hardly matters. I see. Do not mention Sister Matilda to the Archdeacon, Andreas. I do not believe she could have done this. Of course. Yeah, I won't do it. I don't. If she killed him for that, I really don't care. But this occult piece of shit that's been hounding me since I arrived at that scriptorium, and who also has a blood-soaked rod, which is that's a big old MacGuffin. God, the blood-soaked rod is throwing me off. Unless she dug it in there. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm putting it on Ferenc, so it is decided. Oops, wrong farm. These people have been hospitable to me. If I have to leave after, I'll at least have dinner. So long as Clara won't mind an unexpected guest, let's go. She's resourceful, and you're hardly unexpected. Come on, I'm starving. Bless us, O Lord, and they're your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. And we pray that you keep safe the soul of my dear Christine, gone there 6 years. She is missed at this table by her husband and children, but we take comfort that she will be with you in paradise. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 I saw that wretch of a Miller this morning. The bastard had the gall to raise his hand to me in greeting. Should have spat at his feet. Dad. I don't know how we're going to pay the Appy's taxes if he raises the milling fee. Maybe you can work out an arrangement that benefits you both. No use talking to that man, not with the bad blood between us. I could try to speak to him. He's friendly with me. Absolutely not. And don't you ever speak to him again. So how to... Ever! I'm sorry, Dad. I won't. I promise. You're going to give yourself chest pains again if you keep on going on like that. It's not my chest that pains me, boy. Christ, but my back hurts. How are we going to get those fields planted in time? Well, I've been picking up the slack, haven't I? We'll get by all right. Is farm work so hard on the body? Oh, Christ, don't get him started. You're damned right it's hard. Up with the sun no matter the weather, not there in the muck, and... What? Oh, out there in the muck, and the elements working my hands to goddamn splinters. Watch your heart, son. You wouldn't want to leave Clara a widow. Bread. Pottage. Bread. Why don't you go to see Agnes Sternauer about a balm for your back? I don't want goddamned woman's medicine. Dad, we have a guest. If Agnes's medicine is good enough for me and Clara, I don't see why it can't help you too. Agnes once gave me a tincture for an upset stomach that was quite helpful. Well, if it's Agnes you got a problem with, Dad, why don't you see Dr. Stouts instead? Stouts is even worse. Charge you as much as the miller with all the kindness of the horsemen of the plague. The pain will pass. I'll push through just as I always have. Stubborn boy. Why don't you talk to that old soldier up at the Abbey? What was his name? Florian? Florian, yes. It was on the tip of my tongue. Since when are you so fond of the Abbey, Peter?
Florian might live at the Abbey, but he's a soldier still. Only one of them worth talking to now that Father Matthias has passed. When was that, eh? A few months ago?
You knew Father Matthias?
More like Matthias made it his business to know me. Matthias, you know he was impressed by my age. Thought I must have been blessed by the Lord. Wanted to know all about my life and the things I'd seen. Good man for a monk. Not like that new abbot. Only cares about his coffers, Gurnett does.
Well, that's the abbot for you. Do you see Otto up there much, Andreas? The abbot keeps him busy. I had dinner with him in Endress recently. He was working on some repairs to the abbot's house.
Did anyone at the Abbey ever hello for me?
George.
What, Clara? I'm only curious.
Stare quizzically.
Forget it. It was stupid anyway.
We don't often get meals with you, Andreas. Pestering folks around town with questions like you do. You want to know anything about the town? The widow who lives near the forest, was she always like that?
Kemperin? Shame what happened to her. She was never a sweet woman, you know. Even as a girl, she was surly. Though that has its charms.
Dad, I won't have Andreas going around telling tales of your lechery. You knew her as a young woman?
Attilia? Sure did. Lived my whole life in the village, haven't I? Well, so has she. Her family had been on that land for generations, going back to her great-grandfather, I think, Diedrich.
Her husband passed not too long ago. What's his name? Rannig. He was unwell for a long time, wasn't he? He seemed to be worse every time I saw him.
Had a run with the Rothvogel bastard, he did. An argument over land, or hunting, I don't know. Rannig was a good man, but he had a temper. No one could tell him no, not even the Baron. Didn't matter. Rothvogel, he beat Rannig so badly he never walked right again. Probably what killed him in the end.
Fucking nobles.
Fucking nobles.
All this shouting is making Ursula restless. Let's finish our meal in peace. Oh, she's so sad. Oh. Sitting there eating her bread. One moment. All right. All right. Sorry, Ursula. All right. It is time. I need to go to the chapter house to meet with the Archdeacon. Anything to say to me? Yeah, I didn't think so. Time to put this mystery to rest. Whoop. It is time. What is Ulrich doing here? Nobody's got anything to say. Oh, everybody's just going to watch. Fucking paparazzi. Please state your name for our records. Andreas Mahler, artist. Recently at Basel. Really? What brought you all the way to Upper Bavaria? I'm heading back to Nuremberg to finish my apprenticeship and open a workshop. It's the end of my Wanderjahr. Very well. Thank you. Arnold, please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. Of course, Your Reverence. Now then, Master Mahler, what was your relation to Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel? I only knew him for a day, but we were on friendly terms. Do you feel you had a sense of him as a person? No, Your Reverence. That is unfortunate, but I'd like you to try to characterize the man for me. Confident, overbearing, used to getting what he wants. Do you think someone would kill him for that? Someone, perhaps. I will need more than perhaps. Someone had to have a reason. If not that, something else. Otherwise it makes my presence here somewhat difficult to explain. The Baron Rothvogel was murdered here, in this very room. Someone did it. Father Gurnet believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. While it seems very unlikely that a man of his age and temperament could murder the Baron, he was discovered in flagrante delicto. Technically, he discovered the corpus delicti, but was not caught in Corpus delicti, body of the crime. Sometimes literal, often figurative. The principle that must be proven to establish a crime has occurred. Technically, he discovered the corpus delicti, but was not caught in flagrante delicto. Master Mahler, I'm not interested in your classifications, technical or otherwise, on matters of Latin or law. If you wish to advocate on behalf of Brother Piero, I suggest shutting your mouth until I ask you a question. Piero had reasons to resent the Baron. The loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writings of the troublemaker from Wittenberg. And as for his age and infirmity, I myself have read of many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fervor, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I am saying is that in spite of the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this most vile act. I understand that you are on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interacted with the Baron both in the town and the Abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone else could have married... Oh my god. I'm losing it. Murdered Baron Rothvogel. The Abbey's prior Ferenc was behaving suspiciously the day of the Baron's arrival. He may have had a motive. That is an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The abbot speaks highly of the prior and oversees both you and Brother Piero's work, does he not? Yes, Your Reverence. An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence of prior Ferenc's motive. Please do so. Baron Rothvogel and Prior Ferenc were exchanging letters about performing a magical ritual during the Baron's visit. You have proof of this? I have a letter the Prior wrote to the Baron. I have an imprint of a letter that the Prior wrote to the Baron. In it, the Prior mentions that he will not perform a ritual for the Baron, even if the Baron does not follow through on a threat to implicate him to Inquisitors in Innsbruck. An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The Prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. And how do you believe Prior Ferenc would have killed the Baron? I pray you will not say it was a magical ritual. Magical ritual? I found a silver rod that belongs to Prior Ferenc. It has dried blood on it. A silver rod? Likely a magical tool of some sort, but it is of a size and weight appropriate for the head wound that the Baron received. How did you come to possess this item? One of Prior Farring's concerned brethren delivered it to my keeping. I had preferred to keep his name out of the records. Highly unusual, Master Mailer, but I will heed your request. Is there anything else to say about the Prior? No, Your Reverence. Very well. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? Ooh, I don't really have evidence for him, though. Now, fuck this guy. Yes, his name has come up in my inquiries. My understanding is that he absconded with some of the Baron's valuables. Arnold?
Yes, Your Reverence. A silver ring, a gold ring, 12 golden, 10 groschen, and a book intended as a gift for the Abbey.
Thank you. It is my understanding that this boy was known as a thief, but also as a coward, and that the theft from the Abbey's guest house ended after the Baron had already left it. Very well, Your Reverence. I am not treating him as a serious suspect for the Baron's murder at this time. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? Yeah, I changed my mind, honestly. I'm like, nah, fuck Prior Farring. Fuck this guy. I can think of no one else who would have caused... what the fuck? I can think of no one else who could have cause to harm the Baron, Your Reverence. Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed some light on this case? Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing? Yes, Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me its contents. Master Aldoyaga has entered his testimony in our register. I don't understand the implications. Who is the innocent? It's not clear to me either, Your Reverence. Do you believe the murderer wrote it? Whoever wrote it was a talented scribe. I understand Kirsau has two, the elderly brother Adok and the younger brother Guy. To be frank, Your Reverence, neither man has the skill to write in this way. There's something else about it, too. The style is just different. It's unlike Adok and Guy's writing, unlike mine. Something about the way the first and second strokes meet the A and G. Yes, well, whatever the particulars, it seems it will remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder. Unfortunately, there is more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand on the same type of parchment to those who had a motive to kill the Baron. That is deeply troubling, but again beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, I thank you for bringing it to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. Until next time. Until then. Ooh. Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. I didn't think I was either. I suppose I wanted to see how this ends after all. He was the prior of the Abbey, if you can believe it. Did you ever talk with him in the Abbey, Andreas? You missed the trial, Andreas. That Archdeacon read all the charges and found him guilty. I worked with him almost every day, Claire. I didn't know he had murder in him. Oh, they want you to think they're so pious, but all they're here is to do is slowly drain the life out of this town. Calm down, Peter. Oh, here comes the procession. Did I miss anything? No, you're fine. Andreas. Otto? Agnus Dei qui tolles. I didn't do this. God knows that even if you do not. Agnus Dei qui tolles mecarai mundi in mortis. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Agnus Dei qui tolles mecatami dieme. Die like a man. Warning like a chicken. Silence! Silence! I order the executioner to carry out his duty. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. I still don't think he'd want to see this. So sorry to all you sick fucks out there. My lord judge, have I executed well? You've executed as judgment and law have required. For that, I thank God and my master who has taught me such art. Well, they cleaned up the blood fast. I know this was your doing, Andreas. You know it was only a matter of time before Ferenc was caught for his interests. Yes, but that was for me to deal with. There's no future for the scriptorium now without him. Is that what you're concerned about? He killed a man. You are no longer welcome at Kirsau, Andreas Muller. I will send your final payment to the Gertners. Now you have a long and successful career in Nuremberg, and may you never travel this way again. Fine, jeez. My man. Andreas, has the time come for you to leave us? I'm afraid so, Brother Piero. His farewell will have to be brief. Father Gernot made it clear I was no longer welcome at Kirsau. I pray that time will soften Father Abbott's heart. I hope he eventually realizes you were only trying to help me. This is a sad parting, but inevitable. I had hoped you would have stayed a bit longer. But the world needs you more than Kirsau does. You have grown beyond this old abbey and become a master in your own right. I will miss you, my son. As will you. As I will you. Come, your masterpiece is complete. And may I see it one last time before you go? Please, I valued your assessment. The opinion of one old monk matters little. All the same, I am excited to see it finished at last. Ooh. It is a masterpiece, truly worthy of the word. And it appears you took my advice to heart. What advice was that? To put yourself into the work. Not just to interpret another artist's work, but to transform it into something true. This shows the world as it is, as you have seen it, even if it is not what we may want to see. Though it is not my place to say so. I am proud of you, Andreas. What's this? A scrap of parchment. Do not return here. A warning. Whose hand is this? Doesn't look like Brother Adolf's or Brother Geese. Brother Florian and I found a similar note in the Baron's clothing. I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating. It must have been written by someone who knew the darkest secrets of the town and this abbey. They tugged at those secrets to kill the Baron, like someone pulling at threads that have been buried in the past. A frightening thought. But who would do such a thing? I wish I knew. Do not trouble yourself overly about it. Your future lies outside of these walls. I hope that you will have time to visit me once or twice in your travels before the Lord takes me. I'll come as often as I can, assuming Father Gernot doesn't forbid it. You must have faith that better days lie ahead for all of us. God bless you, Andreas Muller. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. It was him. Son of a bitch. Who the fuck is that? Oh, it's me.
Are you alright, Master Andreas?
What? Are you alright, Master Andreas? Yes, thank you. I was just remembering him. Trying to, anyway. It doesn't come easily anymore. Oh,
Would you like me to leave you alone?
no, no, Casper. It's not necessary. There's nothing to be done about it now. It's too late. Like so many things.
Andreas Mahler, I never expected to see your face here again. Have you been to Nuremberg for these last 7 years?
No, Nuremberg for a few years, but I received some lucrative commissions abroad. Oh, what the fuck? Are we moving on to another part? Spanish, bits of Arabic. Barcelona, Valencia. Andreas knows French and can reference. I already know French. I already know some English. Give reference of the touch of London. Polish, bits of Czech, Hungarian. I think Polish, bits. No, I'm going for this. Poland. I was in Krakow, the court of King Sigismund. He has a passion for humanism as well as new Italian, German, and art.
Did you have an occasion to paint the king's physician, Jacob Isaac?
Oh! Well, not to paint, but I did meet him. I was surprised to learn King Sigismund had ennobled him. An interesting man. You don't meet many Jews and nobility in Poland or elsewhere.
Poland is one of the few places Jews may live in peace. Provided the king doesn't have a change of heart.
I'm surprised you care at all.
In spite of your extensive travels and success, you're still not welcome at Kiersau. The abbot hasn't forgotten what happened. 7 years isn't all that long.
I simply wanted to pay my respects to an old friend. Surely you understand that.
I understand why Father Abbot expelled you from the abbey. What were you expecting, a hero's welcome?
Fine. Tell Father Gernot I'll be staying at the Landhouse in town for a night or two before moving on.
Landhouse, an inn or tavern, usually owned and operated by a single family that serves travelers in rural areas. They go Danan? If I tell him, I'll tell him, but I can't imagine he'll care.
Why is he so rude?
God bless you. Now be off. Revolution, June 1525.
What is this? I thought the game was over.
That monk seemed unhappy to see you, Master Andreas. Why is that abbot so angry with you?
Toward the end of my stay in Tassing, there was a murder at Kiersau Abbey. A nobleman. Father Gernot panicked and accused my friend Brother Piero of committing the crime. I helped convince the investigating archdeacon that another monk was responsible, Prior Ferenc. He was executed for the crime.
You got someone killed?
It was that or let an innocent man die.
Yeah, it's not much of a choice. Still, I would have been scared. Why didn't you mention it before? Well, I suppose it must have been a hard situation about if the abbot's still thick mad at you. This mad at you.
I had to make some difficult choices. Maybe they were the wrong ones. I've had to live with that.
Why did we come here if you're not welcome?
I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. This commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each new commission more than the last. Every step I take towards home is agonizing.
But, Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece in Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy.
I thought I wanted to be like my father, like my brothers. I thought that was my dream. Once I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or if what I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this time. I want life as an artist to be better for you, Casper. Learn from my mistakes, all right. All right. Yes, Master Andreas. I shouldn't be burdening you with such dark thoughts, Casper. Come, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long.
As you like, Master Andreas.
Oh. Or I could just go to bed. The room is sparse compared to what I'm used to.
Hello, Andreas. How are you enjoying your stay?
It's been wonderful, Hannah. Thank you.
Ah, good. You're in the best room we have. I'm glad it's to your liking. Was there anything else?
No, thank you. Until later.
Until then.
I'm surprised that there's another part to this game.
Good day, Master Mailer.
Nico.
Ah, Master, Mailer, is it? Hello and welcome to the Golden Hand. I'm Nico Berger. I own this land house and run it with my wife Hannah and our son Killian. I believe my boy helped you to your room. Is it to your liking?
It's lovely. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. When you arrived in town, one of the locals said you lived here for a few years back.
Yes, I worked for the Abbey as an artist.
Ah, I see. I heard that you were involved in solving a murder.
Yes, out of necessity. The wrong man was being accused of the crime. A friend of mine.
I heard it was the prior at the Abbey, that the Baron was a sacrifice in some diabolical spell the brother was casting.
No, he wasn't casting a spell. The Baron wasn't a sacrifice. But where did you hear that?
Oh, bits and pieces that people have said here or there.
Sounds like the story has changed in the last 7 years.
I meant no offense, Master Mailer. I just find it to be an interesting story.
It's not a story. It's something that happened. 2 people died.
Of course, of course. Again, I meant no offense. Well, I'll leave you to your day. Until later.
Till then. Oh, who is this man? Hello, Andreas. Ah, the familiar meadow. It's Otto! Just do it. You know it's the right thing. I don't understand why this is so hard for you.
Otto, I'm scared. It's dangerous to cross the Abbot.
Would you prefer the alternative?
You don't need to do that, Otto. I understand. I'm just saying.
Andreas?
Andreas Maller?
It's good to see you again, old friend. Otto, you're looking well. This is my apprentice, Caspar Ziegler, from Salzburg.
Good day.
Ah, that answers that. I thought he might be your son. We don't grow them that fast, even in Nuremberg. They grow fast enough around here. Ava and I just had our first, little Otto. Did we call him Otz? No. Congratulations to you both. That's awful news. That's great news. Thank you. It's been a trial with Dad gone, but Clara and Ursula help where they can. I'm sorry to hear about your father. That's life. At least he's with the Lord now, free of his aches and pains. I know Ava wrote about my father's death, Andreas. Why didn't you write back? I'm sorry, things got busy after I left Tassing. Ah, sorry to interrupt, but I should be heading back. I feel like I should remember your face, but I can't place it. Oh, don't trouble yourself. It's me, Martin, remember? Oh, yes, of course. Hello, Martin. Hello, sorry to run, but I have to get these sheep back to the farm. As much as I love whiling away the hours in the meadow, I have a lot to attend to. Otto, I'll see you at the meeting later. Andreas, until later. Good to see you, Martin. It seems he turned out all right. A pain in my ass. I can't believe how much Martin's changed. True, he's like the prodigal son. Took over his father's farm after Franz died. He's been a much better husband to Brigitte and provider for Kat. Franz died? How's little Wolf doing? Franz's heart gave out. Local legend says he was screaming at Kat and he dropped dead. Not that I want anyone to suffer, but few were sad to see that man go. Little Wolf, he died a few months after you left. I think Martin still feels guilty about it. Is something happening in town? Well, you've picked an interesting time to visit. Come by the town commons in a while. I think you'll be interested to hear what I have to say. I didn't realize you were in the business of giving speeches. I'll definitely attend. Sounds good. Until later, then. Ah, the old meadow. Brother Vaslav uses thyme in almost all the abbey's cooking, maybe because it grows so easily here. So just gonna... I was just gonna say the same things. Okay. Oh, Schlau! Aww. Ha! A regular St. Francis. What are you gonna do, Father Gurnut? Fuck around and find out. Because it's gonna just tell me I can't. Oh my god, I can. Hello, everybody! Oh. 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 Well, it was worth a try. How's the old forest doing? That was not the one I wanted to... Is it this one? Yep. Alright. Just gonna do a quick walk around town, see if anything's changed. Hmm? 2 innocents. Oh. Oh. Should I have gone back there? Oh, shrine's looking good. The camera zoomed in there and I thought something was gonna like jump out from the woods. I feel like a lot of people want to kill me. Father Gurnut's new restrictions, the townsfolk can't even gather sticks without a fee. Oh god, did I make everybody's life worse by making him a bitter old man? Dutch and Druckas. Whoops. For some reason I thought I was going to talk about the tombstones. Andreas, I had heard you were back in Tassing. God bless you. God bless you, Father Thomas. It is good to see you again. Hopefully this visit will be less eventful than your last. Tassing has enough going on as it is. We have our bonfire for St. John's Eve tomorrow night. People get up to all sorts of mischief. St. John's, the feast and celebration of St. John the Baptist, beginning at sunset on June 23rd, coincides with Midsummer's Day and the summer solstice. And then it's my job to hear their confessions in the days that follow. Not to mention the grumbling of the peasants are making. Let's just talk, brother. No need to scare our guests with such things. Oh, I'm sure that they're stubborn. Master Mela will be the first to stick his nose in it.
It's easy enough for you to come and go. You don't have to live with the consequences. After Fennec was executed, Father Abbot made Matthew new prior. Fennec may have been annoying, but Matthew is worse. Thanks for that. It would have been better for everyone if you had simply allowed Brother Bielo to die. After all, he only had a few years left anyway. Nothing to say for yourself?
Friends, there's no needs for such ire.
Forgive me, Father Thomas. I let my passions get the better of me. Besides, that's not even why I came down here. I actually came to speak to you on the abbot's behalf, Andreas. Father Gernot would like to invite you to come to the library tomorrow morning if you're interested in purchasing some of our books.
The abbot just had me run off and now he wants me back?
I can't know the mind of the Father Abbot. I just do what they ask. The library is not quite ready yet, as it does not see much use. If you could come by tomorrow morning, Mother Illuminata can show you when it's available.
Oh, she's the mother now. Mother Illuminata?
Yes, since Mother Cecilia passed a few years ago.
Well, I suppose Illuminata knows the library better than anyone. Alright, tell him to expect me.
I'm sure he will be overjoyed. And Andreas, I apologize for my harsh words before. It was rash. Brother Piero was a pious man and a skilled artist. We miss him.
I appreciate you saying that. I miss him too. Excellent. I'm so glad you two were able to work things out.
Oh, Father Thomas, do you have a moment to speak inside the church?
Yes, I think so. Why?
A private matter.
Oh, of course, of course.
Until tomorrow? God bless you, Andreas.
It feels like a trap. It feels like an actual trap. Our Lady of the Labyrinth. Is that the name of the church? It's a fucking awesome name. Oh, is everybody going to be at the meeting? Suppose this lady's dead, since I didn't have time to help her. Johann Bauer? Yeah, they're all at the thing. Okay. Might as well go. Anton. Hello, Master Mailer. Huh? I thought this was in the town commons. Was I mistaken? To the mill, and then I guess to the Gertners? Whoa! The Rathaus construction is going smoothly. I wonder if they'll finish before winter. Rathaus, a community hall where people meet, typically a council that governs day-to-day affairs under the authority of a lord. Oh, I can go into Druckers. Oh, was that where I was meant to go? Okay. Let me go up here first. Anybody? To the Druckers. Damn, they're doing well for themselves. Klaus, my boy. Andreas? I'm sorry, Klaus. I know it's been a long time. 7 years. 7 years and nothing from my friend Andreas. First Bert, then Marie just after Magdalene was born. My wife always thought highly of you. Can't believe you didn't write back after I told you they had passed. I'm sorry. I should have written. Yes, you should have. Too late for that now.
Oh, hello?
She likes you. Your business seems to have grown. What are you printing? The 12 articles. They were originally written by Swabian peasants who were demanding changes from their lords. Freedom from serfdom, freedom to hunt and use the woods as God intended, freedom from compulsory labor, abolition of the inheritance tax, fair appraisal of rent, the return of property to common use and ownership. Bavaria is in Swabia, but their complaints are just as valid for the peasants of Tasser.
Swabia, a former duchy in the southern Holy Roman Empire. It was reformed as a Swabian circle in 1512. It borders Bavaria to the west, the Swiss Confederacy to the south, and Austria to the southeast.
Ah, so this is Otto's cause. They're already in peril. Many of them are becoming desperate. The abbot has been squeezing the peasants for years. Now he's squeezing the townsfolk and we're pushing back. Their cause is righteous, Andreas. If you haven't seen the gardeners lately, you should visit them. And Otto had you print these? Yes, why? Well, I didn't think he could read. He can't, but just about everyone else in town can. He speaks, I print. Just trying to do my part, I suppose. I'm sorry, I'm still not in the mood for this lately reunion. Come back for dinner tomorrow? You should go to the Commons, hear what Otto has to say. It's worth hearing. Of course, I will see you then. Be good while you were gone, Magdalene.
Will you be good? Get.
Nones!
So many people.
Everyone, listen. We all know why we're here. Nothing I'm going to say will be a surprise. Nothing I'm going to say hasn't already been spoken behind closed doors, whispered to your neighbors. Nothing I'm going to say is untruthful, so it's time we start saying it openly. Year after year, the abbot has found new ways to tax the peasants. Piece by piece, the abbey has taken away our rights to God's forest to support our families. Law after law gets heaped upon us, restrictions on how we can pay rent, limits on where we can move, who we can wed. And now the death tax, which once claimed only our best animal and garment, takes half our estate. No consideration for widows, no consideration for children. What about the town council, the Rathaus? Surely that is a sign that the abbot wishes to share his power, to listen to our grievances. You have a good heart, Ulrich. You always want to see the best in people. But no. The council is a way for the abbot to divide us, to pit a favored few against the many. This is not charity. No, only greed and desperation. Desperation drive... Oh, no, only greed and desperation drive Father Gernot. You think that if the abbot could, he'd steal a dead man's soul from heaven itself. And when we protested, what did Father Gernot do? He locked the shrine of St. Moritz. He won't allow the people of this town, the farmers of this land, to pray before the relic. Now when we most need the intercession of our saint, the abbot has shut us out. Father Gernot's actions aren't just. They aren't Christian. We've endured this abuse for too long. It's time we let the abbot know we won't take it anymore. Too right. Hear, hear. Yes. This has to stop. Let's fix this. Stop. This is foolish. Soldiers are already patrolling nearby towns. If you push against the abbey, you'll incur the Duke's wrath. You could get the town razed and everyone killed. Hannah's right. The Duke is a powerful force in Bavaria. You're playing a dangerous game, Otto. You lot are no match for trained soldiers. If you don't relent, you'll be ground into dust like the Swabian peasants. We could always grind you up instead, Lionheart. They might be right if there are soldiers about. I don't know about this. Sure, we must stand up. You're on our side. Don't be shy. Speak up if you have cause. We won't be overrun. The peasants of Salzburg were able to take the city and have their cause heard. Salzburg, a small city located on the river Salzach, founded on Roman ruins. Rumors of violence and rebellion in the city are becoming more common. Casper's hometown. If the people can get the Archbishop of Salzburg to listen to them, then we can do the same with the abbot. Master Andreas, do you think my family in Salzburg is alright? I don't know, Casper, but we can find out. Alright. Enough is enough! We can't stand by while the abbot continues treating us poorly. People all over Swabia are taking back their God-given rights. Why shouldn't we do the same? A righteous cause. Martin's right. We deserve better. We can do this. Well spoken, Martin. Everyone ought to consider what he said. Martin has proved dependable these last few years. But if the words of men can't persuade you, perhaps a sign from a greater power will. The abbot may have locked us out of our saint's shrine, but God has shown me that he is with us. I think that's all I should say for now. Thank you for coming. Good day, Andreas. Clara, it's been too long. It's lovely to see you again. Hello, Andreas. I'm surprised to see you after your long absence from Tassing. At this rate, we thought we'd never see you again. I was on the road back to Nuremberg, actually, and wondered how you all were getting along. Oh, things are not good at all. We're in the middle of a strange season. Ah, you found the Gerdners. Yes, your speech was very rousing, Otto. I swear they get better each time. I hope the Duke doesn't catch word of this, Otto. The town could suffer for it. We're past the point of caring, Malor. If you were in our position, you'd understand that. You're right, it's not my place to judge, I'm just concerned. It's appreciated, but we know the risks. What's this story with the sign from God you were talking about? Oh God. Oh no. Yeah. Don't quite feel comfortable discussing with you, Mahler. No offense. Besides, I'd like it to be a surprise for everyone, especially the abbot. Anyway, Andreas, you and yours should come by the house for supper. We'd be delighted to have you. That sounds wonderful. We'll be there, Clara. Oh. The Gertners took me in. No, I can't decide what to do. Talk to Andres.
Andres, you back in Tassing?
Just for a few days, I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero.
Oh yes, Brother Piero. What a talent with color. I'm sorry, Andreas. He was a sweet old man. I talk to him sometimes on my breaks up at the Abbey.
I'm surprised Prior Ferrick didn't give you an earful.
Well, he did before the, unpleasantness. I'm sure you know it shook up things at the Abbey for a while.
Brother Guy made it clear I wasn't welcome at Kirsau when I arrived, so yes.
For what it's worth, you're still welcome in Tassing. Anyway. Matthew's Prior now. Still strict, but a bit quieter about it.
He has a reserved Swiss temperament. I'd take that over Ferrick's outbursts.
You get no disagreement from me. Still, even if the Prior is easier to get along with, the Abbot's gone from bad to worse.
Oh, are you in with the peasants' interests?
Well, of course. Gernot has been running them into the ground. On top of that, we can't even use the forest anymore. Any of us used to be able to go...
What?
Any of us used to be able to go fishing in there. Not anymore.
I hope things don't get bloody.
Bloody? No one wants that, Andreas. But we're not going to get anywhere by keeping quiet.
I hope it goes well for you.
Pray for us, will you? We could use St. Moritz's help right now. Say, Andreas, how's the marriage life been treating you? After you left here to return to Nuremberg, I assume you married that girl of yours, Sabine?
I did.
I hope the married life has treated you well. I still have not found anyone.
I fear it's never going to happen. Really? Not a single person has caught your eye?
Well, when I was in Innsbruck a few years ago, I saw a real pretty girl at the market selling painted pots. I think about her sometimes. Maybe more than as Christian.
Hold on. You need to go back to Innsbruck and find that pretty girl.
What? Really?
Life is too short to spend dreaming about the loves you could have had. Trust me.
You seem to feel strong about this, Andreas. That sounds foolish. Juvenile, you might say.
Maybe, but it feels right.
Well, if I have a chance to get back to Innsbruck, maybe I will. Something to look forward to, after all. Thank you, Andreas. You're a man of inspiration.
A pleasure. Till later, Andres.
Till then.
Alright, now let's do our walk around. If people will let me in there. Actually, they'll probably all ask to have dinner. Ah, fuck it. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break here to get some refreshments. So enjoy the crackling of the fire. It's like the, it's like those TV channels that come around Christmas that are just the wood stove burning. Or the fireplace burning. Just relax. Be right back. Ah, are we all relaxed now? I'm gonna take it a bit easier on the voices. Can feel something brewing in me throat. Alright, let's get back to seeing the consequences of our actions, shall we? It's Anna.
Hello, Master Andres.
And Gret.
God bless you, Andres.
I'm thankful you returned to Tassing after so long. We prayed so fondly for you after you left. Thank you, Gret. I've kept Tassing in my prayers as well. Though it doesn't seem to have done much good. Ah, that's right. You were at Otto's speech earlier. Yes, Tassing's peasants are struggling, and not even we townsfolk are pinched by the abbot's new... Okay. Now even we townsfolk are pinched by the abbot's new restrictions. I worry about my husband. He's getting too involved with the whole business. What Garnet is doing in Tassing is wrong, and Otto is standing up to him. That's what Ulrich says too. I love my husband, but sometimes I worry that he focuses too intently on the details. He does not see that he may be both prudent and Christian. I pray that I'm not acting selfishly, but the abbot's taxes have affected us too. What about Anna's future? Ulrich has been offering credit to Peter for years, which I've accepted, but now we can only bake so much bread a week before we go hungry ourselves. Can you talk to him, Andreas? Of course, Gret, but I can't promise I'll change his mind. God bless you, Andreas. That's all I ask.
Alright, where is he?
Ishinkov? What is this dude? Baltazar?
Salutations! You must be that wonderful artist, no?
Master Andreas Mahler. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Balthazar Eisenkopf at your service, but call me Balthus, please. It's much more familiar.
A pleasure, Baltus. Have you been in Tassing long?
Oh, just a few seasons. My cart broke down. I found the place so charming I decided to stay. I enjoy the quiet, but I must say I do miss the company of other intellectuals. Usually that good Dr. Stoltz and I whittled the hours away in the evenings. So naturally, when I heard a well-known artist had returned, I was beside myself.
I'm always pleased to meet a like-minded individual. What do you do?
I'm an inventor of sorts.
Really? What do you make?
All sorts of things, young man. Mechanical clocks of all sizes, metal mice that skitter about, even light without a flame.
A master of your craft. You have my respect, Baltus.
Thank you, Andreas. You must come by later so that I can pick your brain. We must share our ideas, no? Ah, well, I'd best get back to it. You know how it is for us few called to a higher art.
Good luck, Baltus. Until later. See how the doc's doing. Yes? Oh, Andreas Mahler. How unexpected. I'm very busy at the moment. Another time? Later then. Yes, you're real busy with your chopping. Oh, he's actually doing apothecary stuff. He actually is busy. Sorry, my man. Steinauer.
Andreas, back in Tassing, I see.
I came to visit the grave of Brother Piero and pay my respects.
Your friend. Didn't mind him. Was a proper Christian.
He was a kind man.
God rest his soul. Hope he gives us some peace too. Troubled times.
I assume you're referring to Otto's speech?
Won't end well. Life's getting harder for everyone, but if this shit goes on, there'll be backlash. A bloody one. Don't like the abbot coming for my fishing rights, but I'll make do.
I'm not sure if their lives are comparable to ours.
I work for my wages like any man, Andreas. We work, we don't complain. It's not Christian.
I suppose. How is your family doing during these troubling times?
We're fine. Agnes is fine. Brigida and Martin are fine. Martin's become far more responsible man after his return. I just... with... Never mind.
You wish...
I wish Wolf hadn't died. I mourn the boy. All these years later. Hope you take up my mantle. I wanted to pass on my knowledge and trade.
I'm sorry, Lucky. I really am.
Yeah. Perhaps Brigida will have another while I live. She seems happy enough with Martin. Love to hear the patter of small feet again. The boy to hold a chisel and mallet. Little stonemason making his grandfather proud.
I hope your wish comes true.
God willing. Enough idling now. Got things to do until later, Andreas.
Got things to boo. Until then. Agnes.
Oh, Andreas, how good it is to see you again. And who's this?
Hello, Agnes. This is my assistant, Casper.
Hello.
What the fuck? Is that a miss? What the how what the I don't know what that says. Looking boy.
And you, Andreas, you look very well. Why are you back in Tassing?
I came to pay my respects to Brother Piero's grave.
Oh, of course. I'm sure the brothers appreciated that. The last few years have been difficult for everyone. We've lost so many.
Yes, I heard Bert and Mary had passed. Tragic.
Yes, poor Klaus. I hope you stopped in to talk to him. He sent you letters.
Ah, yes.
Anyway, I won't burden you with all of Tassing's troubles. It's been good to see you again, Andreas. Until later.
Until then. Yeah, I gotta have dinner with Klaus. I know the Gertners like took me in and everything, but man, God bless you, Andreas. Oh, I've never been in here. Tilly, she's still alive?
You're that artist who came here a few years ago, around the time of the murder.
True, I came to pay my respects to Brother Piero at the Abbey.
One of the monks? Yeah, I'm not too fond of the holy brothers, or sisters, a lot of them.
Do you work for Father Thomas?
Work for? I'm a slave. I clean this damn church and keep his house so I have a roof over my head. Around the time the Baron was murdered, I left my home. That bastard the abbot took it from me. Now I have to rely on the charity of the church. I hate the church as much as the abbey. I wish there were a hell so I could send a lot of the holy men there.
Sorry I asked. I understand.
You don't. You can't. No matter.
Alright, well, I'll see you later.
Fine.
Oh, we're zooming in. The painting of the Virgin Mary is quite lovely, especially for such a rural church. This must be the labyrinth the church is named after. Interesting. Isn't that similar to, like, the book that I found? Am I crazy? See if there's any shit at the ruins. Nope. It's Staub. It's Paul. Hello, Master Mailer. Hello, Paul. Meet Casper, my assistant.
Hello.
Do you work with Master Mailer? Have you done real art?
I guess? I've been doing sketches of Tassin while we're here.
All art created from the artist's heart is real art, Paul. You don't need fancy pants or canvases to be an artist. You think so? Sure. How's your art going?
Shh! Not where Dad can hear.
Oh, right.
How's the art going?
I've been practicing a lot more.
Klaus even showed me a big book full of prints. He said they used a technique called wood cutting. Have you ever done wood cutting, Master Mailer?
I did some while in Krakow. The woodcuts take ages to create, but can be reused like Klaus's printing press.
That's amazing. I wish Dad could change his mind about art.
Maybe one day, Paul. You never know.
I hope so. I should get back to helping my dad. See you later, Master Mailer. See you, Casper.
Until then. I'll talk to him last. Oh. Andreas, welcome back to Tassing. Hello, Lenhart. How's the mill?
Sturdy as ever, just like me. You look well, not stuck with the Gardners this time, eh?
Gardeners are lovely people, Lenhart. I didn't want to burden them, as I'll only be here a few days.
Whatever you say, you have such a curious fascination with the peasants.
Probably because you don't have to deal with them as often as the rest of us.
Anyway, you should come by sometime. I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss. Good day, Andreas.
Good day. Still a bastard. Can't go to the Druckers. Oh, I can't go to the Druckers. Huh. Otto and Ava.
Hello, Andreas.
Hello, Andreas. Oh, it's Cat.
Andreas Smiler.
Hello, Cat.
Would you look at that? You are back in Tassing. And look at you. You've done well for yourself. And who's this?
Cat, please meet Casper, my apprentice.
Hello. He's got the posture of an artist, that's for sure. Good strong face, though.
I do?
What brings you back to Tassing, Andreas?
Just passing through on the way back to Nuremberg. I saw Martin earlier. I must say I was surprised to see him.
That's right. He disappeared when you were last in town. Franz passed a few winters ago, and then Wolf. Brigitte and I nearly lost the farm and our minds. But Martin returned shortly after, and he's proved to be a changed man. A good man. He saved us from destitution.
Now, of course, the Abbey would have seized our land.
Johann wished to buy it, to preserve it for Brigitte and I, but with the taxes being what they are... Well, we are lucky Martin returned. I do not wish the fate of Ottilia Kemper on any woman, least of all myself. Times may be hard in Tassing right now, but God truly does answer our prayers.
I'm glad you and your family are well, Cat, despite everything.
Thank you, Andreas. It truly is good to see you again, even in the midst of such terrible times.
Until later, Cat. Till then. The man. Andreas Mahler, good to see you again after all these years. I'm surprised you'd say that. Your parting words to me back then were hardly kind. Were they? It's been so long I don't remember. You told me to eat shit. Oh, God, that's bad. I was such a little shit. Well, sorry for being such an asshole back then. Seems you've learned a lot since then. 7 years is a long time for a young man, especially one going through what I was. What happened to you, anyway? Oh, right. You know I stole some of the Baron's things. I didn't make it far with them. I tried to sell them in Volgau and I got robbed. Serves me right, I guess. Luckily, they didn't find the coins I was carrying. The money carried me around Bavaria for another month and a half. Then I started stealing. I grew bigger and more confident over time and became a highwayman. You're lucky you didn't get killed. And that's what made me quit in the end. I had a partner for the last year of my adventures. We tried to rob some Italians. We thought they were chance traveling under the banner of St. George. St. George, a 2nd century Praetorian guard and patron saint of England. He is most well known for his legendary victory against the dragon. They were not. They were soldiers guarding the property of an Italian bank. My partner didn't survive the encounter. I was wounded and alone in the wilderness. I thought of my father, my mother, Brigitte. I realized I couldn't remember Wolf's face anymore. I had to come back and take up the responsibilities I had left behind. It's good that you did, for everyone's sake. You may be right. Mom and Brigitte couldn't run the farm after Dad died. Maybe it's for the best he wasn't here when I got back. Yeah, it's all in the past now. Just need to look forward. It's quite a speech you gave at the Commons. You need support. The townsfolk aren't as committed to opposing the abbot. They have less to gain and more to lose if the abbot chooses to get the Duke involved. Anyway, I have to get back to work. Good talking to you, Andreas. Alright, till later. Yeah, did not expect that character to go that route. Good, I guess. Brigitte. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Brigitte. How are you? As well as anyone can be in Tassing right now. Looks like things are going well for you. Martin returned after all. Yes, the winter without him was excruciating. I lost little Wolf, and Kat was worried that she'd lose the farm after France died. But then Martin returned, and he's provided well for us ever since. Despite the tightening restrictions, we've gotten by. I'm thankful. I'm sorry to hear about Wolf. Thank you, I try not to think about it. You don't want to remember him? I do. Of course I do. Do you? Really? No. Oh, I don't know. How do you mean? Did I do all I could for him? I cherished him. I tried to protect him. But it wasn't enough. Maybe God took him from me because I wasn't enough. Maybe it's good Wolf died. If in heaven would be a better mother for him than I could have ever been. Even Mary could not save her son, Brigitte. But if it isn't she who women are called by the Lord to emulate. Yes, I suppose. I don't know what to say. Kat wants to talk about him all the time, you know. Any night there's clear skies, she looks up and asks if I ever wonder how he is up there. Do you think about what it's like for him in heaven? I dream I meet him there sometimes. It's not over for Kat. She wants to keep him alive by remembering him. But I need it to be over. When you dwell on his death, it begins to feel like something terrible might happen to you. Like you might do something terrible. Yes. Andreas, do you have children? Oh! Andreas? Stop breathing. Andreas, are you alright? Master? I'm fine. Shouldn't have brought this up. Sorry, Brigitte. Fuck, I could have learned his thoughts. God damn it. I'm glad you cared to ask. That people care about him being gone. It takes the weight off me having to carry it all. Does Martin talk about him? No. Almost never. Wolf passed while Martin was gone. Now he pretends like our son never existed. It's been good to see you again, Andreas, but I should go. Of course. Be well, Brigitte. Be well. Oof, that was a hard conversation. Hey, how's Johann Bauer? Hello, Andreas. Hans! Hey, Andreas. Heard rumor you were back. Hello, Hans. Meet Casper, my apprentice. Hello. Hello. Are you from Nuremberg, like Andreas? I'm from Salzburg. Is that very far from here? Not too far, I think. A few days to the east on horseback. I've never been outside of Tassing. Or ridden a horse. Tassing's a wonderful place to live. I guess. Some of the men in town say it would be better if the Abbey weren't around. Then you'd have to contend with the Lord. It's hardly better. I don't know. Could be nice to have a change. Careful what you wish for. Change does not come peacefully in the Empire. I guess we'll see. Till then, Hans. Johann. Andreas Malley. Didn't expect to ever see you back in Tassing. You look like you've done well for yourself. Thanks, and how have you been? Things went well for a while after you left. Widow Kemperin sold her land to the abbot, let us work it. My brother's heart gave out not too long after, but then Martin came back to help work the land. Even so, it's been hard to keep up with the abbot's demands, taxes, and everything else. Sounds like a lot of people are upset with the abbot these days. They have good reason to be. I know you didn't get on well with the man either. Father Matthias never let things get this bad. Anyway, good to see you, Andreas, even if you are just passing through. Until later. The Gertners. Did they have a chicken coop before? Hello, everybody. Clara. Hello again, Andreas. We're about to sit down for supper. Care to join? It would be my pleasure. It's truly a blessing to have everyone back together again, if only briefly. Keep an eye on that boar of yours, Andreas. See that he minds how much he takes. Young boys eat too goddamn much. Peter, stop that. Andreas is our guest. Why don't you lead us in grace? Mine. Bless us, O Father, and there, O Lord, and there are your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. We pray again for our beloved Christine, gone now there many years. Please help me protect my family in these difficult times. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 Master Andreas, why are we the only ones with bread?
gardeners can't afford a lot of bread. They're being polite. Andreas, it's good to have you at our table again. And with another guest. Is this young man your assistant?
Casper, yes, he's my apprentice.
Ah, then that would explain why I saw him writing in that little journal. I remember you did the same thing when you lived here.
Rye bread, cheese, fresh pottage. Well, gotta get the pottage out of the way.
Do you still draw in your journal, Andreas?
I've been trying to spend more time on the land. It's hard to be in touch with God's splendor in a city like Nuremberg.
Mum said you know a lot about the proper names for birds and trees and things.
How nice that you have the time. And we toil all day, and that despicable abbot is starving us while he sips on his sacramental fucking wine. Lay off him, Dad. He only just got here.
Cheese for last.
How have the fates been treating you these last few years? The Lord is testing us with another hard season, I'm afraid.
That's one way to say it. Been miserable as shit all around.
Maybe you should be resting, Grandpa.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna do it sitting up at my own goddamn table.
The whole family's been ill, Andreas. Peter, his father, and Ursula with an ague, and me, well... Clara lost a child in childbed a few years ago now. A tragedy. Sorry for your loss. Thank you, Andreas. It was some time ago, but... Well, such things linger.
It was monstrous. Monstrous.
Sure.
Don't think about it. Just keep the conversation going. You're already thinking about it. Please leave me alone just for a while. Alright, just for a while.
It seems the Lord rarely looks, tasking any longer.
I can't decide my voice for him.
That's why it's time to take matters into our own hands.
We're eating, not at the table. Do you think... Please, can we not talk about this now? Jeez. George here was married while you were away, Andreas.
Really? To whom?
To me, Andreas. Why else do you think I'm here? Of course, you two make a good match. George has been good to me. There aren't many other options than Tassing, anyway.
It's been a couple springs, but I'm still not used to being married.
Congratulations, George. I'm happy for you.
Thanks, Andres. It's been our one blessing in a dark season.
Children soon to come, I hope.
What? I don't get it. Do you?
Oh, forget it, Ursula. What have you been up to, Andreas?
Don't leave them waiting. I can't think of anything. I'm having miserable little problems. I think you're rude if you don't say something. Well, I've been so busy with Casper's apprenticeship, I never have any time to myself.
Better not have children, then.
I do my best to be helpful. Ursula, maybe you should excuse yourself and rest. You're sick.
But Mom, I'm still hungry.
Here, Ursula, you can have mine. It's not fair that nobody else gets any bread besides Master Andreas and me.
Stop! Ursula, give it back to him. I'm not going to have people in this town saying we can't feed our own goddamn guests. Besides, we all have work to get back to, don't we? Good. Time to get back to it, Andreas. We'll see you and your boy later.
My apologies, Peter. We don't mean to overstay our welcome. It's all right, Andreas. He's just in a bad mood. It's lovely to see you again. Yes, thank you for coming, Andreas. Will you be staying for St. John's Eve?
I'm not sure yet.
All right. Well, maybe we'll see you later.
Until then, compline. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go in the bed to sleep. Go to the meadow. Oh, I literally just had this person on my mind. The sin of Saul! The sin of Saul! Saul, the first monarch of Israel. According to the Old Testament, Saul was divinely rejected from the kingship after disobeying the prophet Samuel's instructions. Oh my god, this music. Master, did you hear that? It sounded like someone crying out. I think it's Sister Amelie. She's a mystic. She may be having one of her visions. Sister Amelie, are you alright? The Philistines. This is the hand of God. Complino. Compline. Sister, is something happening at Compline? It's Compline right now. No! Sister? Sister Amelie? You're the artist, Andreas. You go alright, sister. I'm tired. Was I talking? We're having a vision. You mentioned the sin of Saul, the Philistines, and Compline. Oh. I wish Father Thomas were here. Would you like Casper to go get him? If he could, yes. His house is just around the corner. Casper, run and get Father Thomas. Yes, Master Andreas. Your son? My apprentice, Casper Ziegler. My apprentice, but I think of him like a son. He seems eager to please you. I feel his devotion is misplaced in me. We're doing Punished Andreas arc. He sees you as a father. He wants to honor you as any Christian child should. But as Paul told the Ephesians, fathers might not provoke anger in their children through ill treatment. What? That Paul? That Paul said that? I have little advice for mothers and fathers that does not come from Scripture. My world is one of spirit, decoupled from the march of life and death. I see and hear your world turning from this little window, but they are mercifully small glimpses. Mercifully small? This cell allows me to contemplate mysteries without the noise of the outside world polluting my thoughts. Your world is the world of normal lives and normal thoughts. It can be difficult to hear the divine, much less make sense of it. I have no will to be part of that world. I will strive to have no will at all, but to subordinate myself to the will of God. When my will is His will, He graces me with visions, confusing though they may be. What the fuck is this? To join your will, to be intimate with Jesus as though He were your wedded husband. That is a bold thing to say, Master Mele. Where did you hear that? I read it in a book written by an English mystic. I had someone make a translation for me. I am glad you have an interest in spiritual matters. But they are not words to speak lightly, nor words to speak lightly of. The revelations we experience can be terrifying to us, to those who witness us experiencing them. They are not dreams, but waking visions of the greatest divine forces. I'm sorry, I did not mean to offend you. Not offended. But it is difficult for us to communicate these experiences through the written word. Sister, what is that hole in the ground? My grave. I
I dug it before Father Thomas read me my funeral rites, before I was enclosed here. I dig more in it each day. Most people find it shocking, but this is my devotion, my vocation. Once someone finds their calling, they must answer it fully. What if the calling is wrong? I wish I could give you a helpful answer, but I don't know. I felt this was my calling even before I could admit it to myself. Is your calling in question, Andreas? Is your life? Both, I think. I've lost my love. Oh! My love for art. Love for family. Love for anything. The last 7 years have been hard. It was all too much for me. Don't lose hope, Andreas. The human heart is no small thing. It can hold so much. Andreas, thank you for sending Casper. It seems prudent. Are you all right, Sister Amelie? Yes, Father, I may have had another vision. Andreas said I spoke of the sin of Saul, Philistines, and Compline. What do you think it means, Father? Andreas, Casper, could you excuse us? We appreciate your help, but I must tend to her now in the church. Of course, Father. Good evening. God bless you both. Master Andreas, I'm confused. What did that all mean? I'm not sure. The last time I heard Sister Amelie have a vision, it was just before the Baron was murdered. What? Do you think... Could Sister Amelie be receiving warnings? It's possible. Yes. If someone's going to be murdered, how do we stop it? We just have to keep our eyes open and our wits about. It's a difficult question to answer. Yeah, let's just do that. Come, Casper. Let's retire for the evening. I doubt, it seems like Andreas has had some trauma from this. I doubt he would want to be involved in another mystery. His detective days are over. Ooh, a little moonwalk? It's getting late. I should get some rest. Okay. I have a hunch. I just have a hunch. These ruins. I had to act on my hunch. Oops. I go to the meadow. Good. We go to bed. The fucking moonwalk. Alright, who's gonna be dead? Compline. Oh, slept past matins and louds. The plime. Did you drop this, Casper? No, I don't think so, Master.
Son of a bitch.
That script looks beautiful, Master Andreas. Did you write that?
You were warned.
Warned? What does that mean? Warned about what?
It has to do with the murder that happened the last time I was here.
How? I thought they caught the murderer.
Yes, but it's complicated. Let's just head up to the library, Casper.
All right, Master.
I've got to find the cliffhanger of this. Then I'll probably end stream. Schlau. Ooh, there's people in the forest that I haven't visited yet either. Like if that smoke guy, is he even still allowed to live there? Hey, Smokey.
Oh, hello, Master Bailiff. You looking well?
Thank you, Smokey. How are you?
Well enough, I guess. That life went its way a few years ago, which I suppose was bound to happen.
This guy.
I miss the company sometimes, but now there's no one to keep me from my gossip. No one to tell it to either.
I'm always partial to a few new tidbits of information. Do tell, Smokey.
Half of the years of Tassing will be burning by the end, Master Bailiff. And nearly all of them in the Abbey.
Oh?
I did see another Imperial Reichswaff courier arrive from the Abbey a few days ago.
Was it? Reichspost, okay. Imperial Reichspost. A private mail service run by the Thurn and Taxis families approved by the Holy Roman Empire.
Brother Guy dropped the bag once. Looked heavy. The Abbey must be doing better than the Abbey is letting on.
Does that happen often?
Once or twice a month. Odd with what the Abbey has been saying about the Abbey struggling. Doesn't help that the Abbot has tightened restrictions so close to St. John's Eve, too. Townfolk get up to all sorts of mischief then.
What sort of mischief?
I'd wager Johanna Cat will find some corner to play in again. It's practically tradition at this point. Veronica and Brigida might go for a midnight dip by the waterfall, too.
Veronica, right.
They've been swimming out there for years.
And you've been watching, Smokey?
Now everyone's getting clever, trying to stay out of the Abbot's eye.
He's a formidable man. I didn't see you in the town commons during Otto's speech. Aren't you standing with the peasants?
Well, their cause doesn't really affect me, does it? I'm as worried as anyone about soldiers rustling through here, but the new taxes and restrictions don't bother me. I understand why they're upset, but I've been doing fine out here with less than they have. Nothing will change for me if they get their way.
I see.
Ah, well, enough of that. Thanks for stopping by, Master Baylor.
Till later, Smokey.
Till then. Yeah.
Anything here? No. Alright, I'm just gonna head to the Abbey. Nobody at the guest house? Ah, Brother Guy. Andreas? Brother Guy, what are you doing out here?
Other Gunnar has asked me to inform the townsfolk that the shrine is closed.
Closed? with everything going on? Whatever for?
For the abbot is ordered that we bring the hand into the church. The pilgrims are still welcome to come in and visit the relic, but it is off limits to the townsfolk.
What? Why?
The abbot has had enough of the peasants and townsfolk rebelling against the abbey. He is the rightful lord. The abbot has been more than generous, but we will not let his 12 articles drivel pass. The abbot refuses to lead the relic at risk of destruction. The hand of St. Moritz is the only thing keeping the abbey open.
But Tassing relies on St. Moritz just as much as the abbey. What about the faith of the townsfolk?
Then they can stop engaging in such heretical and sinful behavior. The abbot is trying to protect the relic, nothing more.
No one wants to destroy the hand of St. Moritz, Guy. The abbot... I somehow doubt that's the only thing on his mind.
Will you question the abbot too, Andreas Mahler? Have you forgotten that you were the guest still in Tassing?
I pray the townsfolk and the abbey can resolve this quickly, then.
As do I. God bless you, Andreas.
Ladies! Oh. Oh, she's not in here. Margaret! Hello? Who's there? Hello, Sister Margaret. It's Andreas Mahler, the artist. Oh, Master Mahler! Mother Illuminata said you'd returned. Is there someone else with you? Yes, my apprentice, Casper. Hello? God bless you, Casper. You smell even more of paint than your master. Sister Margaret is blind. She relies on her other senses, Casper. Oh, thank you? You're funny. Anyway, I should go. Mother Illuminata doesn't like it when we're distracted from our duties. Of course. Until later, sister. God bless you, Master Mahler. And you too, Casper. We'll see if anything changes. Anybody in here? Oh! It's Maasfinger! Oh, what the fuck? Did anybody else see my arm go invisible there? Or did Andreas just have incredible camouflage there for a second? Did I say it? What did that say? Oh. I come back to the crypt. I sneak back into the library. I steal the book and then run. Yeah, we're gonna check out down here. Florian! Andreas Mahler, how wonderful to see you. Have you been well? Well enough, yes. Good, you look healthy. What brings you back here? I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. Ah, of course. I'm sorry, Andreas. I know it's a small consolation, but he lived a long life with little pain. He died quite suddenly during Louds. Louds, monastic hour at dawn, one of the two major hours that is used for morning prayer. He was well loved by everyone here, even those who might pretend otherwise. I'm sure he appreciates the gesture. As for your visit, I cannot speak with the abbot's authority. You are always welcome company. Quanto è bueno il tuo italiano? How good is your Italian? E non è troppo male. It's not too bad. I've been reading every Italian medical text Klaus Drucker can get his hands on. Really? How many is that? Oh, I haven't counted, but many. Dionyseno's text on the French disease might have been helpful for the Baron all those years ago. The Facilius Medicinae, a new printing from Venice, wonderful woodcuts. Oh, the Flower of Medicine from Salerno. Did you know they've translated it into Hebrew? Occitan? Imagine that. Imagine a peasant in the fields of Provence reading the medical wisdom of Salerno. Huh? What the fuck? Oh. Imagine a Polish mercenary doing it. Ha! I don't need to imagine it. What a wonder these books are. Ah, I got carried away. Anyway, it's good to see you, Andreas. Until later. Until then. That's the Upper Abbey. Anybody in the chapter house? This is it. This is where it happened, boy. Check out the garden real quick. Mirabilis. That's a good boy. Hey! What's up? God bless you, Andreas. That's all you have to say? That's all you have to say? Also, is Andreas' crown appearing and disappearing from his head, or am I just imagining that? Factory. Voslav. God bless you, Andreas. Welcome back to Kiersau. What brings you back to the Abbey? I'm returning to Nuremberg, but I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero on my way. Oh, of course. His grave is well kept, I assure you. Thank you, Brother Voslav. I'm glad to hear it. Would you be staying in Tassing long enough for the St. John's Eve festival? It may be simple compared to those in the cities, but everyone in Tassing looks forward to it. Really? Master Andreas, can we? Oh, that's really only an extra day or two. Why not? Yes, thank you, Master. I'm sure it's quite again... Huh? Quite you can't... compared to what you're used to. Quaint compared to what you're used to, but it's one of Tassing's biggest events. Anyway, I'd better get back to work. It's good to see you again, Andreas. God bless you. God bless you, Brother Voslav. Lucas. God bless you, Master Mailer. God bless you, Brother Lucas. Have you been well? Still working in the kitchen? Yes, I'm still assisting Brother Voslav. I've been making more complex dinners recently for Father Gernot. The rest of the brothers eat simpler fare, but the abbot had the privilege of foods from around the world. Why does the abbot need such fancy food? Tell me about what you've been cooking. Brother Voslav has shown me how to roast quail and baste it with butter to keep it soft. And I help Sister Gertrude when she goes to the forest sometimes. She's been teaching me about herbs. And what are you doing now? Oh, Brother Voslav sent me to collect something for him, but I can't remember what it was. Something from the cellar, perhaps? Probably. There's so much in there, though. Maybe if I bring back a few onions, he'll be happy. We always need more onions. I'll leave you to it then. The fuck? Cat. Okay. Oh, this cat can have this sausage. I have no qualms about that. Eat the sausage, boy. Oops. Anybody here? Oh, I thought that was magic water for a second. The dormitory. Anybody sleeping? Hello? Rudiger? Andreas! Well, it's wonderful to see you again. How have things been for you in Nuremberg? I've actually been to Krakow recently. Nuremberg is the same as it always is. Ah, well, it's good to see you in any case. Forgive me for asking, how did you find the music in Krakow? Excellent. King Sigismund and the Archbishop of Wawel are patrons of ensembles and host foreign musicians at court. Oh, that is wonderful to hear. I have heard Krakow is a beautiful city. I'm glad they are making beautiful music as well. I love our music, of course, but I am interested in what is being created across Christendom. I suppose you came to pay your respects to Brother Piero? I'm so sorry, Andreas. He was a wonderful man and a faithful servant of Christ. He was my friend and teacher. Well, despite the occasion, it is good to see you again. God bless you, Andreas. Matthew. Master Mala? Ah, Brother Matthew, how have you been?
Via Matthew now, since shortly after Ferenc met his end. I am well, thank you. I will not bother you with questions about your life and career. It's clear you have done well for yourself. Of course, I am sorry about Brother Piero. I know you worked closely in the scriptorium. He is missed by us all.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Certainly. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to my duties. God bless you, Andreas.
I totally didn't just try to get in the sacristy. Not me. Adok.
Hello? Who is this?
It's Andreas, Brother Adok. Andreas Mahler.
Oh, Andreas, the fine young artist from Nuremberg.
Not quite so young anymore, brother.
No, you are still young. When you were last here, I thought I was old. I was wrong. Now I feel the true measure of the years on these bones. Like the waves of the wide sea on the cliffs of Portragen, time has worn me down. But enough of that. And how have you been, Andreas?
I have been well, thank you.
I'm glad to hear it.
You seem more at ease now than I was last year.
Do I? That may be so. I may have worked in the scriptorium beyond the limits of this body. It pained my joints and strained my brotherly love for Guy. The scriptorium took my sight and the use of my hands, and when it closed it also took the pain from my heart. The abbot is content to let me serve the Lord through prayer and contemplation, and so it also contents me. I'm sorry, Andreas, but I must rest now. It is good to hear your voice at Kirsau again. God bless you.
God bless you, Brother Adok. You got any suspicious shit in here, Matthew? Not yet, none yet. Brother Piero, 1450 to 1525. Rest in peace, my old friend. Mother Cecilia, 1463 to 1522. The headstone is well made. Her family must have commissioned it. Oh god, who is the wooden headstone? Oof, they did not care much for that guy. Wolfbert. Oh, Master Andreas. It's been so long. It's good to see you, Brother Wolfbert. How are you? I am well. I'm a monk now. Brother Lucas, too. I know who Lucas is. I still do the same work, but now I have the same robes as the other brothers. Has the abbot been treating you well? Yes, he has. The work is hard, but I am happy. It's good to hear. I'll leave you to your work, brother. God bless you, Master Andreas. Uh-oh. Oh, I couldn't move for a second. Now I'm moonwalking. I'm moonwalking. What is this? Okay, Volkbert's just gonna block me. I don't know what that building is, if I've ever been in there. Alright. Time to advance the story. Alright, after we talk to Mother Illuminata, I am going to end stream. Unless some wild shit happens. Which I think will. That's Zidane? Greetings, Master Mailer. Hello, Sister Zidane. You're looking like a real artist now. I'm impressed. You must be living like a lord. Not particularly. I've had to travel all over for my patrons. It's been difficult with the revolts. How dreadful. At least you can get mud on your shoes from beyond a single courtyard. You're not... Why don't you like living at Kirsau, sister? It's not like you, Andreas. I never chose this life. My family couldn't marry me off to anyone of higher rank, so they donated to the abbey. The amount was substantial enough for the abbey to take me in as a nun. I was forced to take the habit. I loved my life before Kirsau. At least you chose your vocation. I was shoved into mine and forgotten. And here you are, muttering as though you aren't the most successful person in Tassing right now. I had no idea. I'm sorry. You're lucky to have the life you do, Andreas Mahler. You men can become whatever you like. While I, a woman of noble birth, is forever stuck to sit with crones and old men. I've accepted a lot these past years, but I can't ever be as perfect as Illuminata. Still, it's better than it was. I should have returned to my duties. Thank you for speaking with me, Andreas Mahler. Until later, Sister Zidane. Scriptorium fell into disrepair quickly after Father Gurnet closed the library. Alright. Oh shit, I'm going in? I'll talk to you in a second. I got shit to look at. Knowledge? Knowledge? Are you there, Knowledge? It's me, Andreas. Oh. Alright. God bless you, Andres. It has been too long. I know Father Abbot made it clear you were not to return when you left, but we had hoped to hear from you. Yes, my apologies. You're right, of course. It's good to see you again, Mother Illuminata. This is my apprentice, Caspar Ziegler from Salzburg. God bless you, Mother Superior. God bless you, young Caspar. Master Mailer. It's good to see you, sister. You as well. We just talked. I'm sorry you have to see it in such a state. It sees very little use these days. What happened? After Baron Rothvogel's murder, we had fewer and fewer wealthy patrons, a small number that held our lost interest. It's easier to commission new work from the Guild of St. Luke or individual masters of big cities like Nuremberg. The Guild of St. Luke regulated trade and sale of art in cities around Europe. Artists who sought to have apprentices in businesses often had to become members for the privilege. Father Gernot saw no reason to keep the scriptorium or library open.
Most of the books here have been suffering from neglect. After Mother Cecilia's death, neither I nor Sister Zdena had the time to maintain our inventory. It's terrible. Kirsau was one of the last monastic scriptoria in Bavaria. As Brother Piero was fond of saying, all things change in time. Now all that remains are books for sale to interested parties, a talk that Father Gernot has entrusted to me. And Sister Zdena, of course. I don't even know where to start.
Master Andreas, maybe you could find a book for little Magdalene, something that's not in print yet.
Excellent idea, Casper. Let's see. Parzival, perhaps Klaus would not object to this romance given its emphasis on Christian virtues. Parzival, a 13th century retelling of the Arthurian Hell of Percival, written by Wolfram von Eisenbach. Themes of love and chivalry are prominent in this adventure tale. German is a little dated, but I'm sure she'll figure it out with Klaus's help. Who knows, maybe it will inspire her imagination. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, it wants me to look through the whole thing. Okay. Huh. I think these are the Latin translations of some of Origen's homilies. Also, it looks like it's partially burned. Origen, prolific 1st century ascetic and theologian, best known for his oh my good lord. Exegetical writings and homilies influenced the development of the Trinity and the ransom theory of atonement. Oh, fuck that guy. Perhaps not a great gift for a young girl. Wait. This is the same bookhand as the notes I found when the Baron was murdered. Whoever wrote this is responsible for writing the notes. I need to ask Illuminata about this. A copy of Jacobus de Voragine's Golden Legend. Every good Christian should know the legends of the saints. And the Latin is simple enough that she should be able to read it before long. Oh, Richard de Bury's Philobiblion. It's a text on the collection and preservation of books. Richard de Bury, a 13th century English priest and later Bishop of Durham. Richard de Bury was one of the first private book collectors and is best known for the Philobiblion, which described the care of his collection. Maybe this is where Illuminata and Cecilia learned all their tricks. Certainly a good book for a printer's daughter. That might be the one. That might be the one I give her. Albertus Magnus to Anima Libius. It's ostensibly a bestiary, but it contains so much more knowledge on a variety of topics. This could inspire our interest. This could inspire an interest in animals in the natural world. Beautiful illustrations as well. Hey, found something fishy, sister. Have you decided on any books to purchase? Yes, just one. Just one, huh? Yeah, let's go with this one. Certainly, given your love and nature, you already know all the information contained inside. Perhaps, but this will be for Klaus Drucker's daughter, Magdalene. The Latin may pose a challenge for her, but I'm sure with persistence she can overcome it. Is there anything else you need? Yes, Mother Illuminata. What do you know about this book? I don't know anything. This is the first time I've seen it. Where did you find it? I've seen it on one of our lower shelves. I don't think it's our catalog. It's burned around the edges. Why? How can I find out where it came from? Who wrote it? It is not in our catalog. I'm afraid I don't know whom you could ask. If it was a recent edition, the only people who would know are Mother Cecilia and Father Matthias. That's a shame, because whoever scribed this book wrote the letters I found while investigating the Baron's murder. The ones in the fine bookhand? Brother Adolf told me about them. Perhaps he knows something about this book. It's been here longer than any of us. Why would the person who wrote the letters have scribed a book in our library? Well, that's the question. Whoever did it is the thread puller. Huh? Someone who is manipulating people at Curacao and Tassing, pulling at threads to provoke someone into killing the Baron. I thought one of the brothers killed the Baron. He did, but the Baron was lured to the chapter house by someone who knew Curacao and Tassing's secrets. Well, I'm afraid we can't be any more help to you in determining the book's provenance. However, it is not in our catalog and it's already damaged. I doubt Father Abbot would mind if you kept it. Excellent. Thank you. I'm glad someone bothered to save it from the flames.
6th. Alright. I think that's it for today. Alright. And I might honestly finish the rest of it off stream, or maybe I'll come back to it. I kind of want to do a new game for next stream. I'll see if there's anything new out there that looks interesting to me. Yeah, if you guys want to see me finish the story, let me know, and I'll see if I can fit it in. But for right now, I'm definitely going to do a new game next stream, and then I have a special stream on Friday that I will not spoil yet. But for anybody watching, I thank you for doing so. You can follow when I'm going live at twitter.com/McLean2400 Twitch. That's TWTH. And all my VODs are getting saved to youtube.com/user/McLean2400. Alright, everybody, I hope you had a great time. Maybe we'll come back to Andreas' story, maybe we won't. But for now, have a good night. See y'all later.